This is a giant sequoia. They typically grow in one area of California, Sequoia National Forest, and they are normally in the 4,000 to 4,500 foot elevation range. However, they do grow if planted here in the Pacific North Coast. And because there are very few of these outside of protected areas, there's not a lot of Sequoia greens available for the market, so we find that there's a big demand for the greens for the floral market during the Christmas time. And this tree right here is about, well, it was 2 years old when we planted it, and we planted it 21 years ago. So they grow very, very fast. They like full sunshine. And the greens are great for clipping because there's almost everything you clip you can use. So I'll just show you here. We'll take a clipping here, and this time of year there's a lot of brown on, and we can shake it a few times and all the brown's gone, and now it's saleable for a Christmas green. And it has a special hue that's a little bit darker than the normal greens from cedar and other trees, and because of that hue it really blends in or actually complements the other greens nicely when they do Christmas wreaths and different arrangements. So when we harvest, the buyer will come right here and pick up the greens, and he takes them straight to the airport, and most of them go to Montreal and back east. From 9 trees, we've harvested 1,300 pounds of greens so far. So now that I've clipped this, what will happen is one of the other branches that are like this will take over and become the leader, and it will grow. And 2 years from now, I'll be able to come and clip that for a new set of greens. We originally planted these. There's 400 of them in all on the property. We planted them for harvesting for lumber. And when we do harvest them, we'll actually be able to harvest greens from the fallen tree. So it won't just be the lumber that we'll be selling, but we'll be selling the greens. Yeah, so they sell for somewhere just under 40 cents a pound, and it's usually wet that time of year, so they do weigh a fair amount. It's easy work, it's clean work. We just lay a tarp down. We do have to bundle them and weigh them. The buyers want you to have the stem no bigger than, say, your index finger, and no cutbacks. So in other words, no cuts like this anywhere else on the product. And no brown to speak of, but like I showed you before, you can shake it and the brown comes off. So it just has to be pleasant to look at. Most of the time it is getting woven in a wreath with a machine, so it can have some defects to it, but nothing really obvious. And it'll take all that we can give them. We've actually had consultants now having people with forest properties planting sequoias just for the greens.